kind of tape his interview, okay?
Okay.
So, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Charlie Davis, and I'm the director for Red Cross here in Fort Bend County. And do y'all have any questions that you want to ask?
Yes.
Okay.
How does the Red Cross use the fast-growing technology to help its patients?
Well, one of the things that the Red Cross does with our technology is that we're able to faster respond when something happens, a disaster or something, because we get the information faster, and that we're able to see in real time things that are going on. So we're able to know, let's say we have to get food to this side of town, but there's a flood and it's blocking the roads. Well, the new technology helps know where the flood is so we can go around to get the information or to get the materials and resources to the people quicker.
So I think I have one more before in his introduction. What motivated you to work for Red Cross?
Well, one of the things that motivated me is being able to help other people. And I like to, if somebody's in need or has a need, that really gives me a sense of being, of doing what I feel God has called me to do, and it's to help other people. And that's what I like about the Red Cross. It allows me to do that, my job, and in real, all my life.
So how long you have been with Red Cross?
Since 1979.
Okay, so next question.
Is Claire Barden still honored during Red Cross conventions?
Absolutely. She is. She died in 1912, which is actually 100 years ago. And so, but she still is considered the founder and one of the most important figures in Red Cross history.
Okay.
What are some of the latest programs the American Red Cross has come up with all the people to help all the people over the nation?
Well, I think some of the biggest ones would be learn to swim, teaching kids and people how to swim, CPR training and emergency training, first aid, disaster training, learning what to do if a disaster strikes and how to respond to those things.
Okay, and does the Red Cross give any badges or certificates to hardworking volunteers?
We do. There's the National Merit Certificate for people who've gone above and beyond the call of duty to help other people. And anytime there's do a training or something like that, there's the training and license and certificates that people have gotten when they complete the training for that.
Do you have to meet any criteria or expectations to be a volunteer?
Yes, you do. And you know what they are? That you want to help. That's your qualifications. But we go through a process when somebody wants to volunteer that they have to fill out some paperwork just to tell a little bit about who they are. We do a background check on people to make sure that there isn't anything bad that we don't want to put anybody in harm's way. And so we do a background check, but then that's about it, just the willingness to want to help.
There's no age limit?
Absolutely, we could do that. As a matter of fact, there's something that's real neat that I love, and one of my favorite parts of Red Cross is getting Red Cross clubs started in schools. And a Red Cross club...
Is it like if we have like more of 5 or more people? Yeah.
So it just looks like 4 plus 1 is 5.
Okay, move on.
Y'all can plan this on your way home, right? Okay, what's the next
Okay, Seema, you move over on that side now.
What programs does the American Red Cross do?
The different types of programs like, like disaster relief, babysit teaching, first aid, CPR, swim
you're getting
lessons,
covered.
lifeguarding,
I'm taping you.
disaster services, transportation. That's a big growing thing and a need that's in Fort Bend County is transporting people to like the doctor or something like that. Service to the military. We help people that's in the military and their families get connected and stuff like that.
Why did you choose to work for the Red Cross?
I think we covered that.
I think I answered that. It's because I like to help other people.
Okay. What are the biggest challenges that the Red Cross faces?
Probably the biggest challenges is not having enough resources to help do all the help we could do. And that is because, you know, either money, we don't have the money, or that we don't have enough people volunteering to do everything that Red Cross can do.
Okay. Can you describe a typical day of your work here?
Typical day. Well, there's not many typical days with Red Cross, because some days it's sitting around and just doing paperwork, which is my least favorite part of my job, but it has to be done. But all of a sudden we get a call that somebody has a fire and they need help, and we got to drop everything we're doing and we go and help them. So it could be that. It could be that I'm preparing for 4 girls from a school to come and give a talk to, or something like that. Or it could be that I'm about to teach a swim lesson, or we could have a class, teaching a CPR class coming in. So days can be very, you know, with what we do, but so that's kind of, it could be a typical day, just what I described.
Okay. What do you think of Clara Barton?
Well, the things I know about Clara Barton, I think she was a very strong, independent woman that had a vision, and she did everything in her power to make that happen. She is an awesome leader, somebody that I think any young lady could look up to and see that no matter what, and she had odds against her. At that time period, women weren't allowed to vote, women couldn't hold jobs, women couldn't go to college sometimes, women couldn't work for the government. And so there wasn't a lot of choices for a lady back then in that time period. But at 17 years old, she started teaching school. She was a teacher. How old are y'all?
11.
Okay, at 11 years old, that's when she first started becoming a nurse. When she took care of her brother, her little brother who was sick. She was the only one to take care of him. And that's something you'll read in the paper in the other history. So she started at a very young age, but she had a mission. She said, if people need help and they're not getting help, I'm going to do what it takes to get this done and to make this happen. And she did. And that's what I admire about her.
How do you feel when you help people?
Oh, I feel good. I feel good. No, it is. It's a nice feeling, because when I know somebody needs help and they don't know what they're going to do, and then I see relief in their eyes, and you can tell, and how happy and thankful they are. It's just a feeling that's, wow, that I was able to do, you know, what I could to help them, and now they're in a better place, because, you know, and it's a good feeling. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. It's really nice.
What are the different things that the Red Cross is working on right now?
Well, probably the biggest thing we're working on is Hurricane Sandy. That's right. And that's a big project, but other things are going on in the Red Cross. There's some places, people having house fires all over the nation. We're still in Haiti. Remember there was a bad earthquake in Haiti a few years ago?
Yeah.
We're still over there helping. We're still in Japan right now helping, where they had that big tsunami and stuff like that. And so those are big projects that the American Red Cross is working on, but we're also working on the smaller things too. People's having house fires, still teaching CPR, babysitting classes and things like that. So a lot of different things.
Did you always want to work for the Red Cross?
Oh, probably when I was little I wanted to be a policeman or a fireman or an astronaut. But when I was fairly young, it's because I started, you know, when I was 14 working for the Red Cross, not full time of course, but volunteering and teaching and, you know, lifeguarding and things like that. So, but I've always had that desire, and I've always been involved with Red Cross since that time period. So.
How has the Red Cross made a difference in your life?
Oh, well, I guess the biggest difference that it's made in my life that it's helped me not to be selfish, because I know I could have taken jobs where it's just all about me, I want this, I want that, and I work and get all this stuff. But it makes me give of myself, and it helps me meet a lot of people, and I love meeting people. I love teaching and going to a school, but also I like going to older adults and talking and teaching them about things. And so I'm just able to meet so many people and go and do a lot of different things, and that's what I like about Red Cross a lot.
How has the Red Cross changed over time?
Well, probably the biggest things that has changed is our technology and how we're able to do a lot more with a lot less. The changes, it started off as just doing a little bit of stuff, you know, just helping disaster, to teaching swim lessons, to teaching babysitting classes, to working with you know, blood and giving people, donating blood and stuff like that. It's a big part. Did you know that half of the nation's blood supply is collected and provided by the American Red Cross? Half of it. We're the largest blood supplier in the United States.
Yeah. How would you describe the responsibilities of this position?
Well, I think it's a big responsibility, and I would describe it as one that I love to do. So it's not that it's hard to do, but it's a big responsibility because if things don't get done, then lives could be lost. And so that's a big responsibility to me.
But how many people work for the Red Cross?
Well, if you don't count volunteers, if you count full-time employees, there's about 4 in this location. Okay? But if you count volunteers, there's about 40 to 50, depending on what they're doing. And that's a lot of people volunteering. And that's on a regular basis. If there was a disaster, an emergency, we have hundreds of people volunteering for the Red Cross.
Is there a national number
A national number?
of volunteers included? Or registered
It's well over
volunteers?
10,000, I know.
10,000.
Well over that. And I'm not sure if there's an exact number on that.
Yeah.
To you, what is the most important part of the Red Cross?
Oh, that's a hard. You had the hardest question. That would be the hardest one for me to answer.